Hey everybody, it's Aquila and this is a Lefty Knitter podcast, episode 250. That feels like a weird milestone. I don't know why, but it does. And I'm coming up on like an 8-year YouTube anniversary or something like that. I'd have to double check that and I can put that information. I am very excited to be here, and it is Sunday, November 3rd. Yesterday, John and I had our wedding anniversary, 11 years, and I have some things to show you from that because, well, ultimately, I ended up cranking him some socks. I mean, he loves some socks, so that's what I did. So welcome to any new viewers and welcome back to any returning viewers. I appreciate everybody and all the comments and everything. Will be down in the comments in the information bar below where you can find me, links to places, things, patterns, etc. So let's get this started. The end of the last video, I showed you guys a little bit of a cranking snippet, and let's, you've seen this yarn before if you're returning. I feel like I have makeup remnants. My eyes just look very dark. Maybe I'm tired. The daylight savings time happened. You know, Halloween happened. It's been a very busy time. So, and that's why I'm going to be doing this all in one clip. This is not the norm, but lately it has been. The norm is what feels normal, I guess. So I can't say that my normal is that anymore. It just, whenever I can get time to record, I'm here. I'm here showing you guys stuff. So I showed a snippet of my cranking. I tried hand knitting this yarn for Hazel and the socks were just not fitting. They weren't fitting right, and so I decided, I tried a pair of my socks. Oh, my hair is also, oh my god, I am like so tangenty. I'm sorry. The crank socks that I make for myself, I had Hazel try on because I think they can fit her at this point. She is wearing like not kid sizes anymore. So I decided to put that yarn back on a cone and crank it. And that is exactly what I did. I did hold Lycra with it. No, I didn't. Did I? No, I'm a big fat liar. I just used the heel spring the whole time to make my tension even tighter. And these are on blockers for medium women's size foot. They look a little big, but I did crank them a little bit longer, so she'll get a little bit more wear out of them. This yarn, oh my god, I left the tag up there. It's called Rebel Child. It's so good. It's so good. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab the label. Okay. It is Rock and String Creations. I think that is still their name. I will try to find the link and make sure I put it below. Rock and String Creations. It is called Rebel Child. It is a self-striping. This is what's left on the cone. It is so bright and it's amazing. So I'm going to be able to give these to her, take pictures. I need to take pictures and give them to her. They're so good. They're so good. Okay. Do I just jump right into the other things I cranked? I should probably just do that real quick. I had bought some yarn for John. That will be the other... I showed you guys this in the ball, but I'll put it on blockers to show you. But I made him some, what I call Frankenstein socks. They are a mix match of just leftover yarn I have on cones, and he got these. They're pretty fun. It's 4 different colors. This is one color, this is another color. This was, a gradient yarn that I had that came in 2 separate 50-gram cakes. And then this is our friend Jenn, who is, oh my god, Barley, hops, and yarn. Why can't I think? So those are real fun. I'll be right back and show you the other ones, because I know you guys don't want to watch me struggle putting socks on blockers. These are extra tall. I buy the Patton's Croy for John, and I need 4 balls. I don't use all 4, but it is 200 grams because he likes his socks super tall. So the legs are really long, and he's like, these kind of look Valentine's-y. This is the brown rose marl, or rose brown marl. I can't remember. And Yeah, I love cranking him the tall socks. These are 30 and then folded over, so it's 15. But this is 125 rows from the edge of the cuff, the fold over cuff, all the way down to where I start the heel. 125. Can you imagine, like, having to hand knit that? That ain't happening. So, yes, I did get some fun socks cranked. So, I missed using my machine, and finally getting back on it has really invigorated me, and I want to make some more videos for YouTube with the machine. So, this is what we have. All right, now that we're done with the cranking, let's switch into something more comfortable. This is my Polina pullover. It is not completely finished, y'all. It's not completely done. I do have 2 sleeves. I did make them a little bit shorter, so when I put my arms out straight, they are shorter, but I didn't want the sleeve to be all the way. Plus, I still have to block this, and it's going to grow just a little bit. I am so in love with this. I have to take all my little lifelines out, and all the yellow lines are like placeholders, and finish this up. Now, where was I? Oh, the stitch marker's probably on the back. I try to feel for it. I was pretty far down. Okay, so I will do a full video, another video where I'm wearing this blocked, but here's my top, my belly button, my pants are right here. It's like perfect. So when I do raise my arms, it comes up a little bit, but I am so happy with this. I was almost to the ribbing, I believe, when I last showed you this for the body, and I think, if I'm right, I needed to do the ribbing on the cuff and still pick up a sleeve. I can't really remember. Does it matter? Not really. I am in love with this. I can't wait for it to be blocked. It's just going to be so good. It's going to be so good. So I'm really, really happy to have this one, like, done, except for weaving in ends, blocking, etc. So you will see this one more time. Should I just wear it for the rest of the thing? Maybe I'll just wear it for the rest. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Makes it a little bit easier. I have been also working very hard on my Simple Hug Cardi. The yarn I purchased for this was the Supernova yarn in the dark rainbow colorway. I can't read the name of it. I can't remember. I don't have the bag either. I don't remember the colorway name of this, but I am so far on this one too. I'm going to have another sweater completed within, like, hopefully the next week or 2. So let's hold this up and show you guys where I was. Let me get it in the right direction. Okay. So I have since finished the split for the body, done the panels for the back, because I was where this stitch marker is, right here. So I had done from the bottom to here, and that was all flat knitting until you get to where you separate for sleeves. So here you split and you do front panels and back panel, a back panel and 2 front panels. So I have that connected at this point. I have some stitches on hold. Now I'm getting my other yarn stuck in this. Hold, pause, 1 moment. Amie! Disaster. It's not a disaster. I just am stuck. Okay. The ends that aren't woven on this one are getting stuck on this one. These stitches are on hold because I still have to pick up and do a ribbing across the bottom, across the front panel, around the neck and back down. So those stitches are just being held right now, but I have that. And I did pick up and do a whole sleeve, because technically in the pattern you just do ribbing here. I wanted a little bit of a sleeve. I had to pick up more stitches because my armhole, no, I didn't pick up more stitches. I'm lying. My row gauge was not correct. So when it said to knit for so many rows, I had to knit more rows than that. So I did end up picking up more stitches so it looked more even. But I think what I'm going to do, because even though I went down a needle size for the ribbing, I think I'm going to rip back out to this right here where the stockinette is, like one row further than that, do a decrease row, then do my ribbing. So I'm going to do that on this side before I rip it out to make sure I love it. So I am this far on the other sleeve. It's so good. I love it so much, guys. John says he doesn't love it. He feels like, I wouldn't call this a novelty yarn, but he likes this really classic color work like this instead of using a yarn that does something like this. But I love it. Up here you can really get, like, because of how it was being knit, you can really see the striping, how it works up really cool. And down here it just looks different because you're knitting this longer flat panel. But I'm digging it. He doesn't have to wear it, so it doesn't matter. I'm digging it. I wanted a black cardigan for work, and that still might happen. I might still end up buying some sort of black yarn and making a simple Hug Cardi to have at work so it goes with everything. Even the sleeve looks really cool. Okay, I really loved it. So when I was at Joann's the other day, Hazel wanted puffy paint. She wanted to make, I don't remember, something. She was doing something with puffy paint. They had the yarn on sale for like $4.99 a ball, and they had a decent amount of colors left, but Hazel convinced me to buy this one. So this is the same yarn. It's the Big Twist Supernova. It's 80% acrylic, 20% wool. Pause. Sorry about that. My mom got here earlier than I expected. So, yeah. So I bought 3 balls of Whirlpool Galaxy. Not sure what this is going to be, but I am excited about it. The other acquisition I have to show is, it was a pre-order from Fangirl Fibers and Lindsay, who is, oh gosh, what is her name? It's on the back of the card, I think. Sockwitchery, and she made a pattern, and Fangirl Fibers did a colorway. So it was a pre-order, and it came for a release of October 31st for Halloween, and it was Beetlejuice inspired, and the pattern for the sock is called Sandworm. Now, if you go to Lindsay's YouTube channel, I'll link it down below, the latest video, she gives a code that you could get this, I think, for percentage off. I get it because it was part of the package. So yeah, Fangirl Fibers. And it came with all this stuff. I know people have already showed this, so it's not, you should have gotten it by now. I myself am strange and unusual. And it's a cute little, like, linen type bag, and it drawstrings shut. You just gotta work it, you know? So it came with that. It came with a sticker from Fangirl Fibers. And it came with some stitch markers, which are lever back stitch markers, and they're really cool. This one says, sorry, I have them backwards. I'm trying to flip them. Okay. The one says, I myself am strange and unusual. The other one is a sandworm. And then one is Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And then the sandworm. Now, the socks are really cool looking, and you stripe the 2 main colors that come in this set. And the contrast colors are like heels, toes, cuffs. And the whole pattern is written out for this. Now, you don't have to use this yarn. You could use 2 contrasting yarns that you have, but it is, this is a 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon, fingering weight, sandworm spiral sock set, and you get these 2, which stripe, and then these 2, which are your heels and toes. And it's so pretty. I am very, very excited for this. This looks black, but it also has like undertones of like purpley-ish to me. Probably not. Maybe I got to get it in good light because I'm just using like not great light down here. And that is what came with that. So I'll get the pattern. I have to go download it with the code that was given to me. So, and I only have one more thing to show you. So it's going to be pretty short. And we just had a lot going on. We were camping, and I actually put this in a cake to take for camping. This is the Hipster Hat by petiteKnit. And I decided I was going to work on it while we were Halloween camping. Well, have you ever had a yarn cake wind up just a little bit funky? And when you're trying, because this is a fingering weight yarn, this is Rising Tide Fiber Company, the tweed. And I was pulling from the outside and the inside, but my inside is somehow got, this piece got wound wrong. So every time I'm pulling this out, I'm having to untwist this. And it is no fun. Now, I could keep going. I could keep going until this works its way to the problem. Or I'm going to cut it and recake it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It was just so frustrating that I had to keep stopping. See how it's like, it's stuck in there somewhere with this. So I have to keep unwinding this hot mess. See? Because the nature of a ball, it's all going in a circle, round and round like a spiral. So I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'll show you my progress, and I'll put a progress keeper on it. Made my tail way too long when I cast this on. I am making the largest size for John based on other hats I've made for him. And pretty much it's ribbing. It's ribbing. So if you look up the petite hat pattern, you can see what I'm pretty much doing. I'm not going to give away everything or say out loud. It's because it is a paid for pattern, but there we go. Yeah. I don't have any other acquisitions that I can show you on here because we did go to Monster of a Show, which Clay Monster Pottery is a local here vendor that goes to the fiber festivals and craft shows, and they are a pottery place, and they do all the monster pottery. We have a bunch of it. They put on what's called Monster of a Show, which is a craft show, which is all monster themed vendors, and it's really pretty amazing. Hazel has some stuff. I have some things from different vendors from the previous year we went and this year. And I bought things that are Christmas presents. So I don't want to put it out on the YouTubes because I'm not sure who watches. So I can't do that. I wish I could, but I can't. We met up with Frogget and had a wonderful lunch after we went to the Monster Show, which is Tasha and Brian. They live pretty close to us. They are going to be having their last show, which is at the Alpaca Festival, which is next weekend, November, today's the 3rd, so the 9th and 10th is the Alpaca Festival. It's held at Howard County Fairgrounds, which is the same fairgrounds as Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. They gave me a gift, and I don't want to show it because I'm not sure if it's out in the YouTube, out in the social media world yet. So I will end up showing you guys that when I use it. But it was very nice of them to do that, and we just had a wonderful time. We took them to a restaurant here that is very famous for their crab cakes. It's called Pappas, Pappas. I've never actually had their crab cakes because I love a place near us, which is called Schultz's, and they're really good. And this was very comparable, and you get 2 sides. I know it can be a little pricey because crab is not the most inexpensive of seafood, but a jumbo lump crab cake and 2 sides, it was like $30, and really that's not a terrible price for the quality that you were getting. So we did that, and then we just had a great time hanging out with them, and I have a cat who wants to always say hello to the YouTube. Hello. We have been also watching lots of scary Halloween movies. In case you're wondering, we have watched Scream 1, 2, and 3 now. And we have watched Nightmare on Elm Street, which my little, who I looked up the parental whatever. There's all these things. You have to do what's comfortable for you and your family. But on IMDb, they give you a breakdown of what's the violence, what's the profanity, what's the, all the things that parents want to look. So you can go there and check we ended up watching Nightmare on Elm Street. She has been begging us to watch a scarier movie, and she pretty much laughed the whole time through, because if you think about it, that was made in the 80s. Yes, it's scary as a mindset or what is happening, but it's not so much scary in the fact of like, there's a little bit of jump scares, but the effects at the time and the makeup artistry was amazing, and it still is pretty great. Like, Freddy Krueger is an iconic character, but definitely didn't scare my little so much, which I'm okay with. I would much rather her not be freaking out than her freaking out, but it was it worked out well. We didn't watch many other movies. I'm trying to think of other movies that we watched, and I just can't think off the top of my head right now. So I'm going to end this here. I've been talking a lot. Stay tuned if you want to see the duck at the nature center, because that's the clip I have for today. Sometimes I don't say what that is, but I don't know. I don't know why I just gave that away. Spoiler! You'll see a duck. All right, I'm going to get upstairs, hang out with my mom, my kid, do some knitting. I got to clean out my car. I got stuff to do. Please take care of yourselves, check in on each other, and, peace, love, and happy knitting. Until the next episode, guys. Bye.